breathtaking stuff. And Damien, we wondered about the fatigue, and a lot of the Croatian players looked out on their feet at one point, and all of a sudden they seemed to find that second breath.
They did, but in fairness, Peter, I think Russia could have nicked it in the end. They finished stronger, especially after Fernandez's goal. But yeah, like Diddy said, that last 10 minutes in extra time was some of the best football I've seen in a long time. Maybe not great quality, but for pure excitement. Listen, it's never a nice way to go out with a penalty shootout. I'd never call anyone a villain for stepping up in a penalty shootout, but I have to say, Smolov, you know, that's his game anyway. He flicks, he tricks.
Yeah.
He came in as the starting number 9. He got dropped for Zhuba because you know what you'll get out of Zhuba. You know, a panenka penalty, I think it was first done in 1976, the Czechoslovakia player. If you take a panenka penalty, you have to score. So I remember, I think it was a Pirlo against England, he scored it. You know, I think Vladimir's henchmen will be ringing him tonight because, you know, you cannot, the hopes of a nation are resting on him. You cannot go out missing a penalty like that. You cannot.
And there are the dignitaries. They've enjoyed it too. The Croatian president, of course, will be the happier of the two, needless to say. And Luka Modric, what a performance by the Croatian midfield dynamo to lead his team through to the semi-finals of the World Cup. Yeah, and just on the issue of penalty kicks, Richie, Damien's saying, you know, you can't take a risk, but I suppose maybe from his point of view, I mean, very often we see that, in fact, in most cases, the keeper picks his side, he goes. So sometimes a little dink or something down the middle. I mean, we see it done quite often, don't we? Do you think it's as risky a strategy as Damien suggested?
Well, you could turn around and say every goal that goes in, the technique is spot on, the decision-making was correct. But when you do this, it's like it's majestic if it goes in. You're sitting back in awe at someone who'll have the bottle and the composure to not only think of doing that, but to actually deliver it in circumstances like this. When you miss, though, you just look like an absolute fool. He's not the only one, of course, that missed.
No, and I mean, when Kovacic missed then, did he? I mean, that got them back on level terms.
No, 100%, and they were, but coming back on Damien's issue, I think it happened in the playoff final a couple of years ago. I can't remember the player. It was either Brighton or Leicester, and there were riots in the dressing room after the game, because I have no sympathy for him. I'm in Damien's boat. You can't do it. What you say, he goes one way or another, right, side foot the ball. If you want to go down the middle, side foot it, hip height, and the ball is 9 out of 10 times it goes in. There's a lot more room for error if you do a panenka, because you do the laces and you've got to kind of dink it. There's a chance you dink it over the goal, or you don't get enough elevation on it. What happened there? So no sympathy. Yes, they got back level, and it was just a shame that Fernandez, who was absolutely outstanding, scored the equaliser. It was bombing down the wing all evening. He was absolutely outstanding. And if I fancied one player to score, it would have been him. But he just, slightly mishits it and goes an inch wide.